Hey guys, how's it going? Solo coming back at you with another daily weekend video. And let's look at Corsair Gaming again because I think this stock is primed for a huge breakout this coming week. Let's talk about why. As a quick recap, we'll look at the market overall just to see how we closed Friday. And you can see a mixture of red and green on the board, but kind of a red to flat day, to be honest with you. Even the big tech stocks were not really that green, but you're not here for that. Let's get right into Corsair Gaming because we have a lot to talk about. We'll talk about how Corsair traded on Friday. I'm going to show you one news article because there has been some misinformation being sent around the interwebs about Corsair, so we're going to clear that up. I'm going to do some updated technical analysis, and I'm going to show you why I think Corsair is primed for a bullish week. And as always, we'll end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Corsair Gaming on Friday. So here's the Robinhood trading graph on Corsair, and take a look at this. Corsair had their big breakout day, which if you haven't seen my prior video is what I was waiting for. The only thing I'm waiting for now is for a confirmation on Monday. So look at this, up 4.5% on the day. In fact, we opened up in the red and then just took off to the moon up until noontime, up 5.6%, sold it off a little bit, and then melted up until we closed. And take a look at this, even after hours, we're keep melted up 1.5% on the day overall after hours. Let's see how we did on the week though. Take a look at this, very choppy week, right? We're still down actually 0.6% on the week, but I think this is, in my opinion, and not financial advice, because I do have some puts that I've sold on Corsair. I think this was a buy the dip opportunity, and I'm going to show you why in just a second on the trading view graph. On the month, you're also not looking that great, down a little over 4%. On the 3-month graph, you are looking good, up about 59%. So this might have been the dip that people that want to go long on Corsair were waiting for. Let's take a look at the option chain to see how juicy these premiums are. So here's the option chain on Corsair Gaming. Obviously, these numbers are going to change once the market opens tomorrow, Monday morning. But take a look at this. Right now, Corsair Gaming only has monthly options. I kind of wish or hope they get weekly options soon. But right now, I am looking at the February 19th expiration date. I don't want to play the March 19th expiration, and I'll explain why when we talk about the article in just a few seconds. But I'm looking at February 19th, which is just a few weeks away. If you want to sell a put at the money, you would get $305 in premium. You'd have to put up $3,500 in collateral. So that is a return on risk of just about 8.7%. So pretty juicy, given that it's about a 2 to 3 week expiration option. So is it the juiciest I've seen? No, of course not. Right now, Riot, Blockchain, Mara, other tickers have juicier premiums, but I like the technical setup and also the fundamental setup right now on Corsair Gaming. So let's take a look at that news article to see what I'm talking about. So this one is out of Motley Fool, actually just came out Friday morning during market hours. And this article is titled, "Don't Worry About Corsair's Public Offering." And that's true, because a few days ago, rumors came out, or I should say news, and I put news in quotation marks, that Corsair is essentially diluting their stock by offering 7.5 million more shares. And that is simply not true. What they're doing is they are letting their existing shareholders, specifically a private equity firm, they're allowing them to sell 7.5 million shares through the deal. And underwriters have a 30-day option to buy another 1.13 million shares. So they're not increasing the total number of Corsair shares out there. So there's no stock dilution. That's what was originally reported. And I think the market and investors didn't like that because it obviously sent shares lower. But I think that works out to our favor because I think now this is a buy the dip opportunity. Again, simply my opinion, not financial advice. But let's go into this. So it's mostly this private equity firm called EagleTree. So they actually currently hold most of Corsair's position. If we scroll down here, it says EagleTree Capital is a private equity firm that acquired its majority stake in Corsair back in 2017. So this is pre-IPO. And they actually have 77.8 million shares, which is a 92% stake in Corsair prior to their September IPO. So right now, after their latest sale, they will still have 63 million shares or a 69% share stake in the company. And this is actually surprising because usually private equity firms invest in private companies with the goal to help them grow. They ultimately want to take the companies public, which gives liquidity and gives the firm a chance to realize some of those gains. So obviously EagleTree has succeeded because Corsair is now a publicly traded company. Their initial investment was $550 million, and right now Corsair's current market cap is $3.3 billion with a B. So they've certainly accomplished their goal. Now, if we go on to the article, the reason why I said I'm interested in the February 19th expiration and not the expiration in March is because of this. Because right now Corsair has a lockup agreement pertaining to their IPO that expires on March 21. So it's possible, I'm not saying it will happen, but it's possible that there could be some selling of shares on March 21 when that lockup expires. And I don't want to have some increased volatility if I'm playing the March expiration, especially we're about a month and a half out. So I don't know, a lot can change between now and March. So I'm currently only looking at the February 19th expiration. If you look at the scrolling ticker below, you can see I've sold some puts at the 35, the 30, and 25 strikes already that expires in February. I may look into getting into more positions this coming week, depending on how Monday is for Corsair. So right now, this article concludes with saying Corsair's fundamentals remain incredibly strong, and it's always a distinct possibility that EagleTree would unload some of its holdings. Long-term investors should remain focused on the booming live streaming market that is driving revenue growth and margin expansion. And this right here is also why fundamentally I am bullish on Corsair, because Logitech recently had their earnings and they absolutely smashed earnings. Logitech's gaming segment saw revenue surge by 73%. So I'm expecting that Corsair is also going to similarly smash earnings. Let's go and take a look at the TradingView chart to see what the technical analysis shows. So here's my TradingView graph on Corsair. If you've missed my prior video, check it out. This is the TA I left you with. And if you go on Reddit, if you go on StockTwits, you see anybody that shows you a Corsair graph, they all have the same TA, just like this. We're all seeing a wedge pattern in Corsair. I have it from the beginning of its IPO. Some people have the wedge similar to this, but the effect is the same. We're in a wedge, which usually means, and again, no technical analysis is 100% accurate, but it usually means that we're going to bounce up and down as this wedge gets narrower and narrower, and then we're either going to break out to the upside or break out to the downside. To me, everything points to us breaking out to the upside, and let me tell you why. So we had this big green candle on Friday, like I said, up 4.5% during the day, up another 1.5% really after hours. But take a look at this. Look at this volume graph right here, this volume stick or volume candle. We've had the most volume ever on Corsair. We haven't had this much volume since literally the day it IPO'd. So it's the most volume ever since IPO, I should say, and it was big green. So that tells me there's a lot of bullish momentum, and the RSI is not really overbought or oversold. So again, I feel that there's more room for Corsair to run. The real question now is, do you wait to get in? Basically, do you get in Monday morning, or do you wait to see how early week next week shakes out? Because we're still not at the top of this wedge. So usually when a wedge, you kind of bounce up and down, 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 until either you break out to the upside or you bounce and then break out to the downside. I think, like I said, we're going to break out to the upside. But if we look at this graph, this green candle has not reached the top of this wedge yet, which is around $40. So if you get in now, you could potentially get in at a great price if we do break out to the upside, because you're essentially buying the dip. However, some more risk-averse traders may say, you know what, I'm going to wait till we get to $40 and then we actually see a candle breaking out and then get in. That's going to be ideally around $40, $41, $42. So you could possibly be leaving some gains on the table, but obviously you're being less risky. So that's why I want to see what happens on Monday. I think if we open and it looks like we're going to stay green Monday, I might open up some more bullish positions on Monday, but some more less risky traders may want to wait till we actually break out of this wedge. So I'm really liking the technical pattern that we're seeing. The other thing is right now we're sitting right on the 21-day moving average. So I want to make sure that the 21 MA acts as support and not resistance. I want to make sure we break out and above 21 MA, which is this orange line sitting right around $38. But I am liking everything right now on Corsair. The fundamentals, the news, the technical setup, and the key thing here, There's a little bit of chatter on Wall Street Bets, but it hasn't really hit mainstream yet. So this might be the time, because if Wall Street Bets picks up on this, you know this is going to go to the moon. Let's take a look at the Trade UI data to see what the big money investors were doing on Corsair on Friday. So here's the Trade UI platform that I used to get my option flow data. You can see we're looking at Corsair for this past Friday, January 22nd. A total of 15 sweeps came in, and take a look at this. Every single one of them was a call option. And look, there's huge money. I'm talking gigantic money coming into Corsair. Every single one of these options is at least $100,000 worth of option. I mean, take a look at this. Some of the big money, $640,000. This is a 20 strike call. So this is an in the money call. So a little bit of a hedge, not as bullish as I would like. Here is a almost $590,000 call. 35 strike, again, in the money, so not as bullish as I would like. But take a look at some of this other big money that came in on the day. It's all hedges. All these strike prices, 35, 35, 35, 35, especially at the end of the day or towards the end of the day, are under the current share price. So they're bullish, yes, but they're not as bullish as if they were out of the money. So they might be people that are a little bit nervous. Maybe they still want confirmation that we're going to break out to the upside, and they're hedging their bets. We do have some bullish plays. Here's one for only, and I put only in quotation marks, $88,000 for a 40 strike. So that's bullish. Aside from this one bullish play, the other options are all in the money. So they're kind of hedgy. They are bullish, but they're not as bullish as I would have loved to see. So this is why I'm getting a little bit of pause. I want to see what Corsair does Monday, early Monday morning, or even finishes the day Monday, to see how I want to play it. Because if we do have a red day on Monday, maybe we are not ready to break out of that wedge yet, and it might be better to just hold on to your cash and wait to open some positions. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree or disagree. As always, make sure you join our Discord server. Let me know if you have positions on Corsair right now. I'd love to see them. As always, add me on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, and Reddit. And most importantly, let's have another green trading week. Happy trading, everybody.